hope our friends
What's
have
up?
to sign in. We will start our
Are the other colleagues already on, or they've not yet sorted? Okay. No, I'm ready.
Okay, we will start.
What about our colleagues?
By to introduce ourselves to our colleagues who might not get the chance to meet us. And I'm the host for this session. My name is ABDISHAKUR. I'm Democratization Project Manager for Saferworld Hargeisa. Marjorie?
Yep. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Fine. The senior technical advisor for the PGP program.
Thank you. Our today's
internet connection is unstable. Cool. Internet connection is unstable. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay.
And our session supposed to be 3 components. And the first one, we will cover the shared vision for organization. And the second session, we will cover a bit about learning organization and the 3 qualities that learning organizations have in common. Our third portion was supposed to be a discussion. So since we are only 2, and I might raise the discussion questions, and feel free to share your answers by email. And so let me share my screen. And Marjorie, what you will do, you will mute your microphone.
If I mute my microphone, will I be able to hear?
Yeah, you will be able to hear. But if you want to jump in and add something or participate, you will, and don't forget to unmute your microphone so that I can hear.
Okay, so, that's fine. Let me mute.
So I will share my screen. So can you see? Wave your hand, Marjorie, if you can see the PowerPoint presentation. Marjorie, are you there?
I'm mute. I can see. Yeah. I can see.
Okay.
I can see.
Thank you. Our presentation is on process of the learning organizations. So the session objectives will be to be able to nurture a clear shared vision among our team members, be able to describe the current situation with reference to the shared vision, and understand the process of knowing why shared vision and current situation differ. And finally, to synthesize the importance of learning organization and assessing our capacity as learning organization. So our team members will be answered the questions that I will raise at the end of the session. So what's shared vision? A shared vision is a clear description or a picture of the future that all the stakeholders or different projects and programs of our organization want to create. Because we are in a team and everyone has a role to play to achieve or create that shared vision for our organization. It's a future that people are willing to pay the price for it. So that's the picture, or what we can call a shared vision. These are the characteristics of the shared vision. It emphasizes on shared, not the vision. the term shared matters here, and description is in the present tense. Shared vision draws a picture and avoids use of indicators or numbers. So it makes people to dream more so that they can create the future they want to achieve. So how can we differentiate personal and shared vision? Because under shared vision, each program or project has its personalized vision that the project or the program want to achieve, or the development or the change that the program want to achieve. So shared vision emerged from personal visions. In our organization, the shared vision will emerge from the different project visions or program visions, and at country level or regional level or international level. Personal visions comes from an individual's deep caring. Shared vision comes from common caring. So when we add on all the individual or project related or project specific visions, we will find our shared vision. So if we use this picture as a program vision or personal vision, the personal vision or project specific vision will be what do I want to happen or create. As a project, what outcome or change that we want to create under that project. But in our shared vision, the question that we will answer will be what do we want to happen or create as Saferworld or Saferworld Africa and regional office. A shared vision is a clear description or a picture of the future that everyone wants to create, or everyone wants to create. So we will see some mindsets, the different mindsets of, and in line with this shared vision. So we have two components here: capacity equal our goals or vision. So that thing we can say it's called the can't do mindset. We are limiting our mindset and believing that we can't do anything to change. So this is how it will go. This is the capacity we have, and this is our vision. So they are equal. So that's can't do mindset. So we have to avoid limiting ourselves or encircling our mindset to believe that we can't do anything or we can't change. So should our vision define our future capacity, or it only focuses on the current? So we have to ask ourselves is, what's our vision? Then we find our shared vision. Then when we find our shared vision, we have to ask our capacity. What capacity do we have? And whether that capacity will define our future capacity. So we have the previous capacity or the current capacity, and we have question mark there, which needs to be answered. So the green will show the new capacity that we will acquire or we need. So this is called can-do mindset. Our mindset will be adjusted that we can do. So should our vision define our future capacity? If yes, it is can do, and we will build our capacity to reach or to make it in line with the future or shared vision we have. So we have to try our best to assess our current capacity and define our shared vision so that we can acquire and build our capacity to allow us defining the future capacity. If revision demands a price, we must be willing to pay that price, whether it is an extra effort, whether it's an in-house capacity building, like the one we will be having today, because every one of us has something to share, but we need to prepare or to set the enabling environment that we can share and benefit from one another. So when we are going to build our capacity, we have to check the learning process. Are we going to take the conventional way of learning things, or we want to use alternative? So if we want to take the conventional way, and it will happen like this way, where are we now? Where do we want to go? How do we get there? That's the conventional way. You define where are you now, or the current situation we are in. Then we will define the destination or the goal that we want to achieve. Then we will discuss and decide the means to get there. But alternatively, we can do in an alternative way by asking, where do we want to go? We will start with our inquiring our destination, or what we want to achieve. So when we answer that question, we will ask, where are we now? Then we will get the answer. Then we will ask ourselves, why is there is a difference? Why the difference between our goal and our current position is there? Then we ask ourselves, what do we need to change to shorten that gap and achieve our goals? When we answer that one, lastly, we will ask, how do we change it? Because change is inevitable, but people don't like change. But we all cry for it. We need change, but we don't know how. And since life is uncertainty and change itself is uncertainty, people are afraid to change. So we discussed about shared vision. Then the good shared vision will be something people own it, inspires people. Shared vision is concrete. It engages everyone, is stronger than the key constraints, and suggests what people need to do. Poor shared vision owned only by the leaders, does not inspire. It's general. It engages only few, weaker than the key constraints, does not suggest clear actions. So that's the difference between poor shared vision and good shared vision. This is the legend for the continent. This vision was a democratic South Africa free from apartheid. Initial reactions were that people thought he was crazy. Then price paid was 27 years in prison, but he reached and attained his vision. Shared vision allows ordinary people to do extraordinary things, and we all have something to offer, so we can do extraordinary things to make change. Marjorie.
I'm listening.
Yeah,
I'm taking photos.
Do you think to jump in?
No, go behind, go back. Okay, no, go in front. No.
Okay. Move. Okay, I go ahead with my presentation, or you want to?
No, the next slide after this. Move. Okay, let me remove the mute. Okay, you can hear me now.
Yeah, I can
Move
hear
the
you.
next slide.
Okay, and our second part of this presentation is organizational learning process. So if we want to define our shared vision, we have to ask ourselves how are we working in a learning organization so that we can learn from our projects or programs. So before I discuss the learning organization, I would like to go back a theory or a principle for social development thing, and which was the blueprint and approach to development. So what's the blueprint approach and why has it failed as successful strategy for social development? So I will explain a bit on that blueprint approach so that we can see why learning organization matters or important. Blueprint approach was a rural or community development strategy that gives weight on the project preparation process as the key to fruitful intervention. So the focus of a blueprint was to focus on the preparation. So that approach believe if the planning process was given good time and expertise, the intervention will succeed. That was the idea behind the blueprint. This approach concentrates on careful pre-planning where program flow step by step, and the researchers collect data and provide to it to the planners to allow them choosing the most cost-effective project design. The administrators of the project or the implementing organization will follow the project plan and perform activities as planned. Then evaluation experts will measure the impact of the project, actual versus planned change in the target population, and report back to the planners at the end of the project cycle so the blueprint can be revised. So that was the approach. They focus on the pre-planning, then they design, then implementation will start, no midterm changes are allowed, then the evaluation will be conducted, and the results of that evaluation will be the replanning process of the new intervention. The reasons why blueprint approach has failed as successful strategy for social development include the below points. The lack of beneficiaries participation in the design. So experts will sit and plan the program. Then the intervention is designed top-down. This approach also doesn't allow a room for improvement or adjustment during the implementation. The blueprint will be revised in accordance with the evaluation report. So no midterm corrections and no change acceptable during the implementation period. So now we have a clue about the blueprint approach. We need to see the three capacities of learning organizations. According to David Corten, in his article on community organizations and rural development, a learning process approach, which was published in 1980, I will share that article with you by email. And Corten said there are three capacities that all learning organizations have in common, and he said those three capacities are they embrace error, they learn with the people, and they build knowledge and capacity through action. That's how he came up with the 3 learning capacities. We will see each one in brief. Number 1, achieving a good fit between beneficiary, program, and the organization. Learning to be effective through embracing error. When we are doing programs or projects, to make errors is natural, but we need to have the capacity of embracing that error and learning from it. And during our planning process or formulating or developing the idea of the intervention that we want to make, we need to achieve a good fit between the program itself, our organization, and the beneficiary. We have to make good fit of those 3 stakeholders of the project, and we have to learn to be effective in doing so. So second capacity that he mentioned was to learn with the people, to be using the ratio of input requirements to output, planning with the people, building on what the people already knew and the resources they already possess, and learning with the people, or we can say learning to be efficient. If we learn with the people and base our intervention on what they already know, the success they already achieved, and the resources on the ground, both human and other material resources, we will be learning with the people and we will learn to be efficient for what we are doing. The third capacity is building knowledge through action, knowledge and capacity through action. In other words, it means linking knowledge to action. So in this learning process, we will learn to expand. That's the 3 learning capacities that Corten developed and shared to the world. And I will share with you the full article so that you can know his argument and where he is coming from and the different projects or interventions he mentioned in that which were failed. So since we are only 2 and the discussion part of our presentation will not be possible for only 2, and I will share 3 questions that I intended to cover in the discussion, and I want you to watch the video and answer those questions or share your thoughts with me through email. The first question is whether the organization you are currently working or previously worked and have any of these capacities.
Can you write them down?
Yes, or it's better to share with you by email, and you will share.
Okay.
Yeah, you share your thoughts with me. And let me stop my screen share and see Marjorie very well. Marjorie, it's your turn.
I think we need to discuss this further, particularly with regard to, especially when you talked about the components whereby when you're doing the project design, because I'll talk it from a Saferworld perspective, at least the PGP perspective, where we did a scoping in terms of we know exactly the kind of approach we'd use in implementing, in actually tendering. to bid, not tendering, sorry, to bid for this PGP program. We got input from different stakeholders who we wanted to work with for the bidding purposes. But by the time when we were bidding, we did not involve the same individuals where we had gone to do what you call a scoping just to find out exactly the kind of how we're going to formulate the project, the PGP project. And I'm seeing some of the challenges that you've actually discussed we are currently facing under PGP. That is actually something that had we involved them at every stage throughout even during the pre-bidding process, at every stage of during the pre-bidding process, some of the challenges we're experiencing right now would not be as intense as what we as intense as it is right now. So it's something which you brought something which I'm now trying to look at it, and I'm seeing there was a gap. There was a gap in terms of the pre-bidding process where we did a scoping to get input, but in the bidding process we did it on our own. We didn't involve the beneficiaries. So this is something I'm learning. I've already learned. I'm learning, and I'm already starting to see some of the challenges the PGP program is experiencing. Yeah.
And thank you, Marjorie. And what reflections do you can share with our colleagues who might not join us today, but we invited? How do you see this Zoom meeting thing, and how can we learn from one another?
Can we make it a weekly thing? Can we make it I would encourage you to make it a weekly thing, because it's something which we can also learn what other programs are going through, and on the basis of the challenges other programs are facing or have been able to overcome those challenges. It can be a learning whatsoever, and it's something which I'm looking at this and I'm seeing it's something we need to institutionalize it. And it's one of the key things that has been lacking for at least Saferworld this region. There's no clear, we don't share or communicate to each other.
And thank you, Marjorie. And I will share you and other colleagues who I invited to this meeting for the link,
okay,
so that they can watch. And may you say hi to them since they don't join us. Hi, you all. Okay, bye-bye.
See ya. Bye. Okay, how do you stop? Okay, stop.